evening. Hi, Kavita. Welcome to A Scott's Conversations. So, it's been my long time thought on how richer learning can be when you actually discuss and, talk about experiences. So, thank you so much for joining today on why do we need life coaching. So, before we just jump over into the topic, a childhood memory of yours on who you are today.
First of all, hi Aprajita. Thank you so much for inviting me here to share my thoughts. It's really my pleasure to come on board today and talk about something which is so relevant in today's world, but we rarely speak about it. So, thank you for
Yeah,
having me here. So, a childhood memory. Well, see, in every family, you have that one confidant, that one particular person whom you go to with all your secrets. Or,
ah,
you have that one friend that you can go and share your inner thoughts with. Because I'm coming from the 80s, a generation which still had that gap between the parents and the child.
hmm.
And you could not express everything to your parents as freely as kids are doing today. So in my mind, I felt that how would it be to, be that person actually whom people come to. And I always had that space where people could come to me, talk to me freely. I would never judge. I would give them my advice, my suggestions, and then they would come back to me again to reshare
Wow.
the things. So I think that is what stuck deeply with me from my childhood. And that's where it all started and it brought me to where I am today. So
Wow.
you can say I'm your agony aunt or your professional career counselor or that one person whom you can share everything with without being judged.
Beautiful, beautiful. What a thoughtful, start. So, continuing. So, what's that quick burst of energy or like your instant mojo?
Mm.
So, that actually makes you feel lighter or like, gives you that instant confidence or a spark that you immediately feel motivated. And
Mm.
I would want you to talk about how you get it, how
Mm.
you keep it, and in case you lose it, then how do you get it back?
Okay, so giving a very real answer, my mojo comes from people. Whenever I see someone getting impacted with what I talk or what I tell them, it makes me very happy that in some profound, deep way, I'm able to make an impact. And if it comes to my own personal things, how I get my mojo to go about doing things on a daily basis, it is just that quick thought of clarity. There are three things, four things in front of me. When I become clear that this is that one particular thing which I want to do, it gives me that
Okay.
instant burst of energy that, yes, let's go ahead and do it. And your second question, if I lose it, okay, see, everybody is human, right? And everyone tends to have their mood swings, everyone tends to feel down, and that's what makes us who we are.
Yes.
So if I do feel like that, I think of three things which I should be grateful for.
Wow.
I think of three people whom I should be grateful for. People, who stand.
Gratitude.
Yes, gratitude, a practice of gratitude. I write down the things which are bothering me. Journaling is very underrated. So once you write that down, you will see you're feeling much, much lighter.
Well,
And just look into nature, observe something around you. Maybe it's a
mm,
bird sitting on your balcony. Maybe it's your cup of tea, which you missed having in silence. It could be your favorite book or just a
agree.
childhood photograph. And that
Ah,
instantly boosts your memory, it boosts your mood, and you are
okay.
back to
So
your
these are
original.
scientific facts that you are like, talking
Yes,
about.
the proven
Wow.
facts.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Then if you lose it, then how do you get it?
So that's what I said. No, if I lose it, that's what I do to get it. Going back to
Ah,
these things. But how do I keep at it? I keep at it by constant reflection,
okay.
constant journaling.
Journaling. Actually,
Yes,
journaling is something, we are so used to writing only subjective
yes.
questions. I think today's kids are like, aware of what journaling is. but I'm not sure if they are really constantly working on it. But
Mm.
journaling, I think, is definitely a different activity which we are not practiced or not used to doing it, right? Okay, but you're
You're
saying
so right.
journaling is
Yeah, but I will give a small exercise here, a small activity which everybody should try, no matter
okay.
the age group. You just wake up in the morning. What do you
Hmm.
do? You usually, first thing, what do you do? I'm asking you, Aprajita.
Uh, I drink a cup of hot water.
Okay. As soon as you get up, you drink a cup of hot water. No other activity.
No, no other
Okay.
activity.
Do you pick up your phone?
Phone, that is by default. We don't we don't term it as to be an activity. It is like, sitting, you're always next to you. So you just pick it up and then you open I mean it we don't even
That
consider it to be an activity. It's like a
so
part that you are
it's that
doing.
omnipresent object, right?
Exactly.
All around you. So that's the activity that I want to give you and everybody else who's watching this today.
Okay.
You get up in the morning and you control that urge to pick up the phone. Rather, you just go and you thank the universe for a roof over your head, for the food that you're eating, and for the day that you're living. And go and write down three simple things which you want to do during the day. Okay, it could be
Okay.
something as simple as, okay, I want to get to work on time, or I want to spend half an hour at the coffee shop today, or I want to
Okay.
just, read my favorite book.
Uh,
Trust me, you will
could it
start
be also
feeling,
I want to wash the clothes or
yes,
move the table?
anything, anything that makes you feel happy.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. It could even be like, I want to go and shop in the mall today.
Oh,
See,
anything that makes you feel happy.
yes, just write these things down before you look at the phone. No visual stimulation. Sit silently for 5 minutes and then go pick up your phone. In a week's time, you'll notice a difference in your mind and the way that you think, that that memory fog, that brain fog which happens right from time to time, that you're
Hmm.
quickly forgetting things, you'll see a difference.
Okay, good. So I'm going to work on this and I'll
Yes,
get back to you on how
yes,
it feels.
let me know the feedback.
Sure, I will. Okay, so now, when do you first realize that coaching was your calling?
Okay, very good question. So I come from a corporate background and
Hmm.
I have worked extensively in HR and recruitment. So being connected with people was not something new for me. I've always been associated with people and, driving deep into their mind. When I started speaking to a lot of people in my HR tenure, I also understood that people are more confident confiding in me than speaking to the employer directly. Similarly,
Okay.
even the employer was very comfortable conveying their needs to me instead
Hmm.
of the candidate. And when
Correct.
I would speak to the candidate and explain things, put in a perspective, they would get convinced faster.
Ah,
And
okay. That's an
slowly,
art in
slowly.
itself, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then, they started talking to me about other things as well, about more professional challenges, transitions. So I thought that, okay, maybe, there is a deeper calling and purpose to it. And even for that matter, my friends, my family, if they were going through a personal situation or something which bothered them, they would come to me for advice, irrespective of whether they were younger than me or older than me.
Hmm.
So I found that true calling and the true meaning there, that maybe, I'm meant for something beyond the corporate world. Maybe it is my job to make an impact in someone else's life, and that is my true
Lovely.
calling.
Hmm.
That's how
Wonderful.
coaching came into practice. I decided to take it up professionally, got
Wow.
certified, and here
So
I am.
definitely, in one sentence, what does growth truly mean to you?
Growth is being true to yourself and accepting yourself with your flaws.
Ah, okay. So you need not judge yourself, or you should judge yourself and see where you grow.
You should be in a space where you can practice, you can make mistakes, and grow along the way. That is how you can be
Okay.
true to yourself.
Okay. So should you judge yourself or not?
No, you shouldn't. Even if your choices are wrong, it's okay. You own them. And if you judge yourself, you are giving a message to the world to judge you too.
Ah, okay,
The
that's
biggest
interesting.
mistake that we all make is being harsh to your own self. We are all so busy judging ourselves that half of our problems are starting from our own harsh opinion about ourselves.
Hmm. Okay, where is the word judgment to be used? Where should you judge someone? If you're going for a competition, you judge for the competition. That's it.
Yes, yes, exactly.
All right.
And even that judgment has to be done in a
Fair.
very constructive way, right? We always give feedback.
Okay, okay, that's nice. All right. Okay, then what is one common conception people have about life coaching?
See, life coaching is always, or I would say a lot of times, mistaken as therapy. People think that, one should go to a life coach only if there is something wrong with them,
Mm,
mentally.
mm,
And they're not very comfortable going to a life coach because they confuse it with therapy. So,
mm.
life coaching is not therapy, it is not healing.
Okay.
Okay, it is a space where you work on your present to make a better future. Whereas
Ah,
healing and therapy is about talking about your past and healing your past. But here we are focused on your present. And life coaching enables you to get your answers on your own. We believe that the answers are already within you. It's the
right.
job of a coach to bring it all out.
Hmm.
So that's the thin
Okay.
line.
That seems to be a hard task.
It is, it definitely is to get a person to think deeply, think inwards with so
Okay.
many visual distractions. But that's how you become a coach.
Beautiful. Okay. So we live in a world that constantly asks us to be doing more, proving more. So
Yes.
how does coaching help someone who's like out of or who's like going through this pressure cycle?
Coaching basically makes you set boundaries. Like you said, we live in a world where external validation is so important for us. And we have made it so important. It's not others, but we are putting that pressure on ourselves.
So
Coaching
is
and
it a community habit that's happening?
absolutely. And thanks to our social media and the constant reflection of other people's glorified lives, we are in a state of constant competitiveness. Even in our sleep, we are probably thinking about what are we going to do tomorrow? How can we be better at work? Or how can, we attend the best party? Or how can our children be the best in whatever they are doing? So when there is so much of competition and there is so much of focus on being the best, you're not given a chance to make mistakes. And how can you learn when you don't make mistakes?
Ah,
Right? So you have to have that thin line, you have to have that boundary. And coaching enables you to put things in perspective. It makes you gain clarity on what's important, what's not, and what can be done later. So that
okay.
the lines don't converge and become one big mass of, a
Okay.
confused space.
So through coaching, you allow a person to make mistakes, which would become a perfect learning.
No. So we don't allow people to make mistakes. We tell people to look inwards and to figure out what made them make those mistakes and what should they do to rectify those mistakes. What went wrong? Was it something which was not meant for them in the first place and they pushed themselves too hard? Or
Mm,
was it just a matter of not prioritizing what was important at that moment? Or was it a overwhelming situation where they had many choices and they opted for all of them? So coaching does exactly that. Helps you compartmentalize, makes you put things in order, and makes you reflect on your mistakes. Coaching doesn't tell you to make mistakes, it tells you to
Okay,
reflect on your
reflect on your
mistake.
mistakes.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Got it. So, how do you help clients differentiate between ambition and external validation?
very good question and a very deep one. I can see the smile on your face.
I think each one of us actually, knowingly or unknowingly, no, we all need this in our life at the moment, I believe.
Yes, yes, agree with you. See, ambition is what you have in mind for yourself,
Right.
right? So, as a child, now I'll ask you, Aprajita, making it a little bit more interactive. What was your ambition?
I wanted to go to NASA and fly a rocket.
Okay. And what was the ambition after that?
So, ambition after that, you mean to ask, what am I now?
I'm sure it changed somewhere else, somewhere down the line. Or was it that one continuous ambition and then you suddenly moved to
Uh,
a different career
I mean,
path, or you had.
it just always stays in my mind. So, whenever I have a question on ambition, then my answer is rocket at NASA. That's it.
And what do you do now, Aparajita?
So right now, here running this, A thoughts conversations, which has been like, I've been into the learning and development field for like almost more than 5, 6 years now,
Hmm.
in which I felt this model of learning where
Hmm.
we discuss because we when we discuss about our experiences, 80% of our brain actually picks in that learning. That's like, a statistic that is prevalent across the learning and development arena. So, when people share their experiences, like now, how you said in your childhood, you had, those kind of small ambitions that actually, grew you to who you are today, that way.
Right. So, is this a part of your ambition? Can we say that? What you are right now?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay. See, so the difference is ambition is what you set for yourself, right? Like
Okay.
you wanted to be a scientist in NASA. You have also decided that you're going to have a learning platform which will help other people learn
Yeah,
better
yeah.
in a
Which
more
would be like a
productive.
knowledge sharing session and something that you take back after you
Yes,
involve in yourself.
right. Now, if I tell you, Aprajita, I'm only going to be friends with you if
Hmm.
you're a doctor or if you're an engineer or if you are an XYZ, okay?
Hmm.
And you decide to do that, okay, just to gain that kind of validation from a
Ah.
peer group or for that matter, even parents at times,
Hmm.
or by anybody around you. You just think that this is not for me because people will not accept me in this particular form or in this particular space.
Okay.
Right. So that is the difference between ambition and validation.
Okay. Okay. So you are accepting someone else's comment and working to change yourself towards achieving that goal.
Or you can even say someone else's judgment or someone else's opinion and acceptance of you is more important than what you want for yourself to summit.
Hmm. Beautiful. Okay. That's really nice. So, why do so many high performing individuals then still feel stuck or unclear?
You give the answer yourself because they lack clarity. See, what
Okay.
happens is, and now I'll give an example. Okay, so
Okay.
what's your favorite cuisine?
Um, any chat?
Okay. And do you like any other cuisine as well, other than chaat?
Yeah, Mediterranean or Chinese.
Okay. So now if I put Chinese, Mediterranean, and chaat on your plate,
Hmm.
would you be able to enjoy all of it
Yeah.
at the same time, doing full justice to it, and still be able to tell that, okay, I like this? much better than this Mediterranean thing
Okay,
and much
that
better
ways.
than the Chinese.
Okay, yeah.
And if I give you one thing at a time,
Hmm.
or if I give it to you at different points in time, you will be able to relish it and enjoy it more, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's the same thing.
Having them at different points, I mean different times, right?
So with a high performing individual, it's the same thing. Somebody who's feeling stuck is because there are too many choices around that person and the
Hmm.
person is unclear. Maybe all of the choices are good, but maybe they are all not meant for that person at that particular time.
Uh,
Timing is also everything. You need to pick and choose what works for you at that particular time. And maybe there is something which you should get to at a later point in time. So,
got
simple.
it.
Clarity
Okay.
is everything.
Okay. So, so is burnout a clarity problem or something else?
Burnout is not just a clarity problem, it is also a mixture of everything put together. When you're overwhelmed and when you're doing too much and too many things at the same time, feeling emotionally overwhelmed and not having that space to kind of relax, distress, and then go back to the normal routine. Now
Okay.
I'll explain it in a simpler way, okay? See, for example, if you're like watching your favorite series on OTT, what happens? You're watching it back to back, episode after episode, and you just don't want to let it go till it all gets over, right?
Yes.
You finish that, and then something else comes up, and you start watching that.
Uh,
Okay, so it's like for say 16, 18 hours, you're continuously watching Netflix, and then someone says, okay, something else has come up, which is very interesting. Would you still feel motivated or, kicked about doing it or watching it? You wouldn't,
yeah,
because
because
you've
you're
had too
already
much of
tired.
it, right? Your brain needs to kind of reset,
Hmm.
pause, and then come back. But if you don't allow your physical self and your mental self to reset, then you are literally, drowning your own self.
Okay, so what does listening inward really look like in practical terms?
Okay. So the day, you can sit down with your cup of tea with no distracting thoughts, just living the moment. That is what is listening inwards all about. That small voice which tells you that, okay, this is right for you, this is not right for you. And maybe, just maybe, I need to take a step back today for whatever reason.
Hmm.
Or maybe, this is not what is meant for me. Or maybe what I'm doing is not my calling, something else is my calling.
Yeah.
Maybe this relationship is toxic. I need to take a step back. So, listening inwards is just reflecting on your choices, reflecting on what's right, what's wrong, according to you, not according to the world, and deciding the path ahead. Here again, I have a question for you, Aprajita.
Yeah.
What do you do to listen inwards? What's the way that you de-stress, or how do you, kind of feel relaxed? Is it music?
Uh,
Is it arts? Is it family?
okay, something like that. Actually, see, I think it's kept changing, like as you have been growing, or like the environment that you have come across. So currently, if I say, I think my current trend is listening to classical music, more deeply into Carnatic music. So that's what is actually happening right now. So that's like my, go-to moment, probably, my mid-career moment or something like that. But
And how does that make you feel?
yeah, you feel good. I mean, it's a kind of, you are wanting to, feel good about it, and also wanting to know more about it, to understand. And then it's a very nice, see, music generally keeps me going. But then, where and more, in fact, to be more particular, I would say live music. Live music and
Hmm.
recording is a beautiful experience.
So that's what listening inwards means to you.
Ah, yes.
Getting connected with your roots, getting connected with something which, mentally makes you feel connected to your roots, even though you're physically not there.
Ah, okay. Okay,
That's just a small example.
got it. Got it. So, why do people struggle to identify what they truly want?
Again, too many choices,
Hmm.
wanting to do everything at the same time, and being unclear about their choices.
Okay. Unclear. All right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thought provoking. So, what are the first signs that someone needs a coach?
Okay. See, if someone has been overthinking, okay, like you're in a loop, everything is going okay, you're in a good space, you're doing well professionally, personally, but you're still feeling stuck. You're constantly overthinking maybe some decision, some particular aspect of your life, some incident which happened maybe say years ago, and it's coming back to you in a particular loop. Wherever you feel that you're overthinking, you are
Hmm.
feeling stuck in spite of doing your best, and you're feeling this constant sense of burnout, okay, of mental exhaustion, that you don't know what's going wrong when you're doing everything right. That is the sign that you need to speak to someone. You need to really let it out, because you're not able to figure out what's going wrong with you.
Okay. So, talking to someone whom you trust makes way for clarity.
Absolutely. And see, because we are so scared of being judged all the time, no one is ready to share what's going on with them really with anybody. Especially, in today's world where you feel you cannot trust anyone, or you feel that you might get judged if you say so and so things. You tend to keep it to yourself because you want to project that image that, okay, everything is good. To the outside world, maybe you look like a normal person. You look like a person, who just cannot do something wrong. But maybe inwards, there's a lot going on with you.
Hmm.
See, you look at all these teenagers today, right? Why is it that counseling has become such a big thing in schools?
Yeah.
We didn't have so many counselors when we were growing up. There was no such concept.
Yeah, exactly. That concept never existed.
But today, the children need a safe space to talk. They cannot talk to their parents about everything. Although we are in a generation where I think, we have a much more friendlier bond with our kids than,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
our parents had with us.
exactly.
But still, there is a need for them to go and speak to
A
a
third person who's not going
yeah,
to judge you
yeah, a neutral person, because the neutral person is coming without bias. The person will not judge them, and they
because they
want
are
to hear.
unaware of the child's situation.
Yes, and at the same time, it's a safe space for them to confide in.
Hmm.
It's the same for adults. So where do the adults go, right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
not a psychological
we
problem.
actually have a bunch of friends, right? Not one or two. So
Yeah,
we share according to how we bond with friends, right?
correct. And also the kind of expertise that friend gives to you, right? Say
Ah.
if you have a problem with kids, you will talk to so and so friend because you know that friend is good at it. And
Okay.
if you have a problem with
And they are not going to
relationship,
judge you.
yeah. And for a relationship, you might talk to a different friend. But what if you have one package where you can talk about everything and everyone? You'll like to go there, no?
So where should we look out for such a package?
Yeah.
Acha, within you. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
So how does one move from confusion to clarity?
Okay. So if you're confused today, Aprajita, I'm going to tell you, take out your most favorite diary. Okay, take out a diary which looks beautiful, take out the most artistic pen that you have, write down everything which confuses you, okay, top to bottom, even if it is as simple as the dress that you're going to wear today. Write
Okay.
that also down. Okay, when you see it on paper, it is much less confusing than what it is in your mind.
Ah,
Okay, so when something is visually representative in front of you, you will tend to look at it objectively. You will start striking off your confusions, and you can always have two options. Okay, I'm confused about the dress. Two options, red or green. Easier to put it down that way.
ah,
And
okay.
just, prioritize out of that list. You say, I'm just going to do one thing today from this list.
Mm.
Confusion over. Pick what is most important, which is a
Okay.
do or die situation. Okay, I have to get there today
Mm.
and pay the fees, or I have to go for that interview today. That's it. Rest of it can wait.
Ah, so you will pick what is needed for the present moment.
Yes, yes. Write everything down, whatever is confusing you. Choose one task, go about it, come to it the next day, and then see whether it is still important as it was the previous day. Again, pick one task.
Ah,
So do this on
okay.
repeat.
Repeat. Yeah,
Yes,
everything on repeat will only give you habit. No?
yes, exactly.
Okay. So, how does can coaching truly impact professional success?
100%.
How?
Okay, I'll give you a simple example. See,
Okay.
now in our world, we have young managers
Okay.
and we have older reportees, and vice versa, right?
Right. Very, very true.
Yeah, so also we have a lot of homemakers
Mm.
and women who have taken a break for whatsoever reasons and restarting their career, right?
Right.
So when they come back to the workforce, there is a different workforce which they had left behind and a different workforce which they're joining now. And
Mm.
maybe sitting at that table and making decisions is not that easy as it used to be earlier. And there is
Okay.
also that deep, thought in their head that maybe people don't accept and treat me equally. Maybe my decisions are not being considered. There is a hesitation. How do I voice my opinions? Are they, looking at me from a position of power, or they're just looking at me as an addition of diversity? So that
Okay.
is where coaching brings the perfect mindset. Coaching will change your mindset to become more confident, not to doubt your choices, not to second guess yourself, and put across your opinions in an assertive, confident way.
So basically, you would see how you can, survive in the present than thinking about your past or planning over your future.
Yes, and overcoming your obstacles of the present. And the second scenario,
Mm.
which I mentioned, that you have young managers and older reportees, that's also happening because people are
Right.
high flying achievers. There are many young managers now, and they might have old reportees. But in such a situation, how is the manager going to control their team? How are
Right.
they going to still extract work from their team? And how is the team supposed to respect a younger manager? So that
Mm.
mindset coaching is very important there to drive this message across that age is not a number, the experience is not important. What is important is what they're getting to the table
In today's world.
in today's world, and how much learning does the person have, and what is it that they can give to you, and how can you, kind of imbibe it.
So, how do you help someone scale personally without losing balance?
So when you say without losing balance, is the balance related to the personal life, or is it
The mind game, of course.
okay? So when you say how to help a person without them losing a balance,
Mm.
they have to factor in everybody who's going to walk that path with you. Okay.
Okay.
Now, say for example, I'm talking to Aparajita. And if I have to think about a solution or a problem that Aparajita is facing, I have
Okay.
to also think about the people surrounding Aparajita. What do
Mm.
they matter to her? What
Mm.
kind of an impact do they have in her life? What part of those people constitute her whole life? And
Ah.
How will her decisions impact the other people? Right?
Okay. So these are, these are also small things that need to be considered when you are involved into coaching a person.
Yes.
Ah,
Like, say, for example, you need to share a chocolate with two of your kids or three of
okay.
your kids.
Hmm.
You have to factor in the fact that if I give a piece of chocolate more to one particular kid, what will be the impact on the other people? Or
Hmm.
if I eat it all by myself, how will my kids react to it? So my decision or my choice will make the decision for the whole family. So I have to strike a balance that my decision or the way how I behave should not tilt the wheel of life for other people.
Okay. So what role does mindset play in career transitions then?
So this is very interconnected with what we just spoke. We just spoke about the work life balance, and we spoke
Ah,
about how the work scenario is changing. So mindset coaching does exactly that. It gives you the power to accept the situation as it is, and
okay.
it is enabling you to perform effectively no matter what the situation is, whether your manager is young or whether it's a lady candidate or whether it is whoever XYZ. You learn to kind of treat everybody equally, and you learn to grow together.
Okay, interesting. So what does becoming your best version of yourself really mean?
Becoming your best version is being brutally honest with yourself and accepting yourself with all your flaws and saying it's okay even if I make mistakes. I give myself that space to not judge, to make mistakes, and to grow. If I'm happy doing this, that's enough for me. Someone else's validation or someone else's judgment is not going to make me good or bad. My best version is what I perceive of myself in my own eyes. That's it.
So then how do you overcome self-doubt?
See, when you make a choice, when you go to a shop, okay, so say Aparajita goes to a mall and you pick out a sari.
Okay.
So I would like to ask you here, what kind of clothes do you like to wear?
Yeah, sorry, fine.
Aparajita goes to a mall and she sees five saris which are beautiful.
Hmm.
A self-doubt comes in. Okay, all five are looking good, and I might look good in this one. Maybe this color doesn't suit me, maybe
Hmm.
this is too gaudy for me, or how can I carry this one off? Maybe I should just stick to this one which is not looking very flashy and it's a little subdued. But Aparajita decides to pick the loud colored sari. Okay, she says, okay, let me just give it a try. I like it. Let's see how that goes. You wear it, two people compliment you, you look into the mirror, you feel great about yourself, you carry it off. That self doubt is removed,
Hmm.
okay, and you feel confident. So, the more choices you make independently without the fear of someone else telling you what you should do, the more your self doubts will go away. When
Okay.
you stop second guessing yourself in a short, crisp way, when you don't second guess your choices, you feel empowered to make your choice and stand by it. That's it. Self doubt is gone.
Self-doubt, stand by yourself.
Yes.
Okay. How do you measure growth that isn't visible on Instagram?
I think this is a very relevant question for me. See, your growth is what you see in yourself, in your eyes, in your mind. Okay, easy to say it, but very difficult
Yeah.
to follow. Very difficult to follow. So let's be very honest over here. When it's not visible on Instagram, simply don't scroll, doom scroll. Don't keep comparing yourself with other people, their likes, their followers. What growth really means is how happy are you feeling today doing something? Like,
Okay.
say, I'm very happy to be on this podcast today.
So you, oh, okay. So
Okay.
your own, action, how much you admire it.
Exactly. And how much is it impacting me in a good way? If it's making me happy, and even though it's not publicized widely, maybe my idea of a best vacation is just to sit in my balcony and have a cup of tea and watch my favorite
Mm.
movie.
Mm.
Someone else's idea of a vacation is going to Switzerland and having a great time there. But you cannot compare the two because both are giving equal happiness. So the idea of happiness, what you have in your mind, and the idea of success that you have in your mind is what should matter to you.
Okay.
Because
You
there is
don't
no,
have to, you don't have to share it, but keep it and just enjoy it yourself.
yeah, of course. We all love watching the Ambani weddings, right? But at the same time, we are happy dancing in a local wedding also.
Right, right.
It's,
Okay, that's a very nice tip. Huh? I think people who are going to watch this 1 hour is going to have a very thoughtful takeaways.
I hope so. And I hope that they find it engaging and also something which they got to learn something from.
Right. So how do you what would you like participants to walk away from this discussion?
I want participants to walk away with this thought that they are enough, they're doing enough, and all that matters is their own self confidence and their own self belief. That is what I want each one to walk away with. And it's okay to not be okay, So let's not get harsh.
Okay to be, not be okay. Okay.
Yes, it's okay to not be okay. Let's not be harsh on ourselves. And it's also okay to tell other people that, yes, I'm not doing okay. And this is what is bothering me. Instead of having that perfect image, let's be real.
Hmm. Yeah. Reality is anyway hard and
Yes,
difficult to accept. So that's why all the Instagram reels only show the happy part, not what's actually gone in towards it.
exactly. And in fact, I would like to ask you, Aprajita, what are you walking away with today?
So the best thing about what I got today is, you gave a very good exercise to me. So I'm going to definitely try that out because, as I said, it never even thought came. I mean, I was not even having a thought that, looking at a phone is an activity when you get up in the morning.
It's become a part of your daily ritual, right?
Exactly. I mean, I haven't thought about it. Now you're asking, will you do it? I'm like, why is she questioning on why we should do it? It's like something that we generally do.
And similarly, see, sometimes you're watching TV, you're also scrolling on the phone, and you're
Right.
answering an email on your laptop. You're doing three things at the same time, and it's become normalized,
Yes.
not just for you, but
It's
for
called normal.
everybody.
It's called normal, actually.
Yeah, so your focus is becoming more and more, lesser. Your concentration or attention span is getting very, very minute, and very easily it can break. If you try these things, you go back to your older days, you go back to the same space where our parents could remember every single detail from many, many years ago.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's something of the past now.
Do that.
All right. Okay, then. Thank you so much, Kavita. So we should be connecting with more topics down
Yes.
the lane. And thank you so much for today. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.